The Vikings win total is set at 6.5 this season, their lowest win total since 2014. They've won at least 7 games in each of the last 10 seasons, though expectations are lower this year with the departure of Kirk Cousins and the arrival of J.J. McCarthy. Here's Vikings reporter Kevin Seifert on their plans at quarterback.
Aaron, J.J. McCarthy is wearing his old college number 9 here in Minnesota. But maybe the more important number to think of is 10,000. That's one of the numbers Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, the Vikings general manager, has referenced when talking about how the franchise will bring along McCarthy and how it will consider his place on their depth chart. It's a reference to the old adage about it taking 10,000 hours to master a skill or your craft. I don't think the Vikings are going to keep track of it by the hour per se, but it's a reminder that they will be methodical and maybe even agonizingly so in developing J.J. McCarthy. The Vikings have done studies on the success and failure of young quarterbacks, and they know how important this time period is, those precious months and maybe even years after the draft. So while McCarthy will get a lot of work this weekend in rookie minicamp, I'm fully expecting Sam Darnold to be working with the first team when OTAs begin next week. The Vikings' goal is pretty simple. Whenever J.J. McCarthy gets on the field, it will be when he is as ready as he can be.
Ooh, interesting stuff there, Anita. How do you feel about the Vikings this upcoming season?
Yeah, listen, for the Vikings, this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. I get it. J.J. McCarthy, a lot of question marks coming out of Michigan. How will his game translate into the NFL? So totally understand that report. What does Sam Darnold do for you? Doesn't do much for me, hence why this is his third, fourth team in the NFL. This is the Minnesota Vikings team that finished 7-10 last season with Kirk Cousins, who actually wins football games. So I'm taking the under here. Again, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Not expecting big things from the Minnesota Vikings this coming season. Now let's talk about the Washington Commanders, another team that went out and drafted, as you mentioned, Aaron, a rookie quarterback in Jayden Daniels. Do I want Jayden Daniels on my fantasy football team? Heck to the yeah, I do. But is he going to be winning games for Washington? I don't believe so. I think, again, some growing pains here, especially new offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury, new head coach Dan Quinn implementing a new defense. It's going to be some growing pains, and they do play in a competitive division. I do believe the Philadelphia Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys are going to win that division. I think Washington's going to have a tough go at it, so I like the under as well for the Commanders.
I expect growing pains, Anita, just like you do for both of those teams. So we'll see what happens. Rookie minicamp's underway.